When you order a vase, Scott here will run out to our vase inventory, pull the particular vases from our inventory. He then brings it into the drilling stations, which you just saw, and he will drill out for the standpipe assembly and also the lighting cord to pass through the vase if you choose to have a light. What we're watching now is Scott is going to install the bulkhead into the bottom of the vase. And once that bulkhead is installed, Scott will then proceed with installing the standpipe assembly and also the base light assembly. He's going to measure so that we line everything up appropriately with the standpipe assembly. On every standpipe assembly, you will have a 1 inch by 3/4 inch white PVC bushing on the bottom. And then we do a gray standpipe assembly just so it's not so noticeable in the water. Every one of our bulkheads that you just watched being installed is a 1 inch bulkhead with a slip fitting. So this standpipe assembly will then be placed into the bulkhead assembly and fit snug in the bottom. The reason that we leave that unglued is so that in the fall you can go ahead and pull upward on the standpipe assembly and allow the vase to drain all the way down. In the spring, you just simply reinstall that standpipe assembly and it'll seal up well enough on the bottom in order for the vase to overflow and operate correctly. So what Scott's doing here is he's going to install what we call our standpipe support assembly. And if you take a look in there, you can see how the standpipe assembly is touching all edges of the vase in order to support that standpipe. And the reason that we do this, and it's generally on our 36 inch or taller vases. Anything shorter or narrower is not going to require the standpipe support. So the reason that we do that on these taller vases is that this standpipe, with the pressure of the water, can actually start to wiggle back and forth and cause water deflection everywhere, which will then splash out of your basin zone. And so we provide these standpipe assemblies and supports just to ensure proper flow, proper function of the fountain vase. Again, we don't provide that with all of them, but on our taller and wider versions, we do provide that to prevent that from happening. Okay. So what Scott's working on here is now installing one of our optional interior lights for the fountain vase kits. What we're using is our Illumiglow Pro LED light. It's a 3-watt LED fixture and bulb. So what Scott's doing here is installing the vase light onto the standpipe assembly that'll eventually make its way inside the vase. As you can see, we're just using zip ties. We use zip ties for the flexibility. If you ever need to replace the lighting, do any maintenance, change out the bulb, anything of that sort, the zip ties allow you that flexibility to be able to remove the light fixture, do what you need to do, bulb replacement, place the bulb back onto the vase standpipe assembly, and then using zip ties once again. We did not want to make it a permanent fixture inside the vase, and so this offers, again, the most flexibility and ease of use. So as you can see here, here is the upper portion of the standpipe assembly with the Pro LED light installed onto that with the zip ties. The lights do come with a 30-foot cord. We'll show you in just a moment here how that cord is passed through the vase. These lights can be used with existing transformers, existing low voltage systems. In that case, you will take the 2-prong end of the Pro LED light and you can actually cut the end off and splice that into the existing system. If you are going to use our Illumiglow Pro transformer, we will provide you a splitter so that the 2 prongs can be used with the existing system and no need to cut that wire and splice. So we have that standpipe assembly installed with the light installed as well. What Scott's doing now is he is straightening out the cord a little bit so that we can pass it down through the bottom side of the vase. This can be a little tricky, but so on the bottom side of the vase here, you can see where the cord is passing through. We have the bulkhead that we installed just previously, and now we have the light with the rubber stopper installed. Scott's going to come along and he's going to seal this up with some of our blue thumb silicone. And once the silicone all sets in, this will all be sealed up on the bottom side to ensure proper operation of the vase fountain once installed. So again, as you can see, the light fixture being installed inside the vase, pretty simple process. However, we wanted to make it easy enough so that if it ever needs to be maintained or replaced, it can be fairly easy to do so. Scott's prepping this to ship out, of course. So he's going to ravel up the cord nice and neat for you guys, put a zip tie on there so that it doesn't get in the way and become a hassle once installing. Alright, so prepping the order to ship out. This is a custom order that we've done. Contact us anytime. We can help you out with any of your custom orders as well. But as you can see here, we've got our pumps, we've got our lighting splitter, our lighting transformer, we have our exterior light, our fountain and pond 3-light kit that we're sending out with this order as well. We have our 30 psi regulator and autofill valve, so an autofill valve is going to be installed on this kit as well. And then we have our water treatment that we're going to ship out. As you can see here in the basin, we've prepped this with our standpipe supports, and then we've also got our polished pebbles that we're going to ship out with this kit as well. So all these items will then be placed inside of this basin here. Again, this is a custom kit, so we're actually sending out a fountain rock, a GFRC handmade rock as well with this kit. As you can see here, we've got our splash apron that will be installed around the basin, returning any water back to the basin. And then our high quality, heavy duty aluminum grating that we provided with this kit as well. So we're prepping the order. We'll show you here in a few moments when that order is wrapped, strapped, ready to go, and you'll be able to see how that's going to arrive to you. So here we are, the kit's all complete, packaged up in the basin. Next step of the process is Scott will place the fountain bases onto the basin in order to prep them to ship out. All right, now that we have the vases on the basin, we take some of our foam wrapping and we will place it in between the bases in order to keep them from rubbing against each other, causing scrapes or cracks. So here is that pallet, all wrapped, strapped, ready to go. We do tag these with the handle with care, high claim value for those freight companies. And also right on this blue tape, we do ask that you inspect the shipment when it arrives, make sure that it's not cracked, broken, scratched. If so, please let us know right away. And here you go, it's all wrapped, strapped, ready to go. This is how it will show up at your property.